Hey guys,
Here we...
it's it's your boy, Andy Apocalyptic here, and welcome to the first ever episode of Apocalyptic Discussions. And my guest today is I've streamed with him on multiple occasions. I've done like zombies with him, like Cold War, Black Ops 3. We've got Tapol19.
Yeah.
Alright, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine in a bit of a rush to get this thing, but I'm sort of, but yeah.
Last time we spoke, obviously we streamed some Cold War Zombies. Straight off the bat, I do kind of want to say, what do you think of Cold War Zombies, like, previous map, after D Machine?
After the machine, so 5AZ, I suppose that's what
Yes,
you're on
that
about.
one.
I would say it's sort of an improvement. It could have been better in the way it was sort of made, but no, it's sort of one of those tricky questions, I would say, because obviously
I feel the
you don't want
exact
to say,
same, really.
you don't want to diss it, but you don't want to diss it, but you also don't want to go too easy on it. So obviously every map is judged by the way they were made and the storyline and things like that. So out of the storyline continuation from D Machine is, I would say, could have been a bit better, because after you destroyed the machine, obviously, and things like that. And,
Yes.
and to be honest, I was sort of confused on where that went on towards 5AZ. So
Yeah, it is a good question.
and things like that. So I don't know. I feel it could
It could have been better, really. Yeah.
In the storyline, but
It's not replayable, if you know what I mean. You know, like,
Yeah.
a lot of things should, like, to keep players consistently playing, I think you should definitely have just, you know, add some bits that are, like, make people want to play it over and over again. But Firebase C didn't really have that for me. I wasn't a fan of it, hence why I've not streamed it. But I played it on my own, and I was like, nah, I don't like this. It's just, it's just very bizarre, and I'm not a huge fan, and it just could have been better, to be honest. It could have been a lot better.
And I mean, great example of that, Black Ops 3. You know, the Easter eggs were done over and over. You know,
Black Ops 3. Oh, now that.
So many people redid the Easter egg because it was so enjoyable.
Oh, I done it every day.
Doing it.
I done all the Easter eggs every day.
Quicker ways. There was world records to finish in it, and yes, there's world records now to finish in 5AZ and D Machine, but
I've technically never finished D Machine.
Oh no, yeah, neither. I finished 5AZ, but that's what I mean. I also feel, depending on difficulty wise as well, obviously something like Grod Crovey or is harder because
I've never completed Grod Crovey.
Grod Crovey is more of a 4-man map, because you have, you know, 4 locations that you have to activate and things like that. Zetsubo is also quite a tricky one to do.
Zetsubo isn't the greatest of maps, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people in the zombies community can, you know, I think they can definitely agree with that one. But, well, I think Black Ops 4 was misguided, in my opinion. I think Black Ops 4 was completely misguided. Like,
whole perk
it was just, they tried to continuously they tweaked things too much in that for me. But a lot of people will disagree with me on this statement, but I actually did love Voyage of Despair. I didn't mind it. I actually loved the map.
Voyage, yeah. The Titanic. I mean, it's like the good YouTuber Tim Henson once said, would have been cooler to maybe have saved the ship from sinking rather than it just going to.
Oh yeah, that actually would have been a nice. That actually would have been a nice little twist.
It's exactly what he said, and I mean, then it ended up, and us ending up shooting an eye out of the sky. Where does that make sense? Obviously, it never did. You know, even in 9, or even Ancient Evil or things like that. I mean, a scry mirror was causing a zombie apocalypse. Like,
it
did not make sense.
It was just a bit of a weird thing. Didn't make a lot of sense. But Black Ops 4,
Yeah,
it should have been I think Jason Blundell should have guided most of it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been a mess. Because Jason Blundell, he's a storyline genius, and obviously Treyarch, without him, is not ever going to be the same. But there's nothing to say that Treyarch won't do big things well without him. Because D Machina was a great map. I did like it. It does sometimes have a bit of replayability, like it has for me. But yeah, there's a lot of things.
I would just say replaying wise is more just maybe getting to higher rounds or playing it for fun. It's not necessarily actually going to do the Easter egg again, because
either that or you have a lot of love for the game in general.
Exactly, but I feel a lot of people have really been disappointed in Cold War Zombies, just like I have, just like a lot of my other friends have. I mean, you know, it's not right. It just doesn't have the click. It's just not there.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna. Well, Treyarch always aim to improve things. That's the thing. Their big money giver, like money funder, Activision. They don't really care all that much for their fans like Treyarch do. Like, that's what I love about Treyarch. That's what I respect about them, how much they care for their fan base.
And yeah, it goes straight back to Jason. I mean, with Jason gone, and I see that's why Cold War Zombies is just not doing as good. It doesn't have that.
And it needs a better director, to be honest.
Without him, I mean, the map layout, Firebase is good. I don't mind it, but
they need to try harder.
I feel they've made the map too small. It's too compact. There's no space like there ever was in, for example, the Eisendrache, or obviously it's not impossible to reach around 100. Obviously, loads of people have.
Like Pizza.
It's too narrow. It's just, and that's why Pizza is, he's playing more Infinite Warfare. I mean, what? Infinite Warfare is somehow doing better on his channel than Cold War Zombies would.
I never miss a Pizza stream, to be honest. Every day, every time I see him streaming, I always just stop what I'm doing and just go on to Pizza streams, because Pizza, I don't know, Pizza's a great guy in the community. Like, I love how he just gives other content creators, like you, a chance to kind of, truly get their name out there. And so right now, I want you to kind of touch on the story of how you got like half of a pizza raid,
wow.
Explain the moment.
I happily, I mean, I will never forget the day that I just had about 100 odd and 200 people just all of a sudden just flood into my stream, going pizza raid. So at that exact moment, I'll be honest, at that exact moment, I was not feeling
I just wasn't creatively frustrated.
Not even creatively, I just wasn't in the mood, and I went on it anyway because I just thought I'm bored, and maybe not
sometimes you got to soldier forward, and you've got to have faith. That's what you gotta do.
The thing is, it already streamed once that day, and I had to delete it for whatever. Oh, it actually removed itself. It didn't because the broadcast just all of a sudden my internet just went poof. So I went to do it again, and no one in there. So I was sort of like, well, I'll just do this for whoever sees it, and no one was in there for the first 5 minutes. And all of a sudden, I'm on a monkey round where, I'm trying to save quick revive because I was just sitting there on Ascension, and all of a sudden, I'm on mute at this time because I wasn't fully prepared, obviously, because I wasn't motivated to stream in the day, and I was muted, and all of a sudden, I see 54, 99, 100, 131, 155, just goes on, and all of a sudden I look at my chat and I just see dozens of pizza raids, and I just panicked. I was like, what am I doing? Like, what am I going to do? I'm busy playing, I'm trying to focus, and now I've just been by like one of the biggest zombies.
Was you aware of Codename Pizza before the pizza raid happened?
Oh yeah, way aware. I think during the beginning of my channel, after I finished streaming Friday the 13th and things like that, which I enjoyed tremendously, even though it didn't do so well. Near the beginning of my channel,
I mean,
just
look
all
at
of a
you
sudden
now, though.
free.
I mean, you're doing really well right now. You know, you're at peak of your career.
I mean, it sort of died down my channel. I sort of threw it all away. At one point, I stopped playing Black Ops 3 because of multiplayer. I blamed multiplayer for the game being bad, and it wasn't multiplayer. I still question myself to this day. Why did I play multiplayer? Why didn't I just go to zombies where I'd still get the decent amount? I completely left it.
Well, the
And
best
that's where Black
advice
Ops
I can give with that is, I'd say, switch between, like, games, you know? Switch between them. Like, go to different games. Ones that make
currently I'm doing
sense.
Modern Warfare. Warzone is doing alright on my channel so far.
I'm glad to know that the Warzone hype train's not gone down anytime soon.
Oh, absolutely not. And I mean, it's all because of Cold War and things like that. And
I think Cold War saved Warzone.
But to be honest, I just all of a sudden started streaming Black Ops 3. I thought, well, it'd be a good idea. I was currently streaming with my cousin a lot of the time. My cousin was joining a lot of my streams, and he doesn't do it anymore. He doesn't do YouTube anymore. He's reached 3K and he's sort of dropped it. And you know, I asked him, do you want to do? And obviously, I'm not hating on him. I'm not obviously, but you know, he gained 3K subscribers from a "I'm a goddamn onion" meme on campaign on the Yamantau mission, when he says, "I'm the expert at quiet." Obviously, everyone
goddamn
knows
onion mason.
Yeah, and he republished it from a TikTok, and it just blew up. You know, one day I see him on 1K, I see him on 2K a week, and you know, a month later I see him on 3K. I'm like, how is he getting so much? And I look on his channel and I see a video with literally 1 million views on a taken TikTok. That, you know, I mean, I could have done so well then. I could have got so many subscribers. Obviously, it wouldn't have been consistent viewers, but I don't do it for the subscribers. Obviously, I'm not, you know. It's for whoever enjoys my channel. But yeah, when I was playing Black Ops 3, I think I joined earlier than what a lot of people are already doing it. So that's why my first video on that started at around 10 views. I play it, goes to 40, I play it, goes to 60, goes to 90, goes to 100, 200. I'm like, wow, this game is huge. I start searching, I start seeing, and I see there's literally Tim Hansen, there's Codename Pizza, there's Mr. Off Waffles, there's you know, Noah J45, there's you know, Daylook JD, and I think, wow, what is, you know, and there's all these bigger streamers playing it. I'm thinking, this is why it's so big. And it was the game of the year, 2020. It was huge, and I guess now
2020 for me was a year of learning.
I look at games, and no one has ideas for it unless you're a bigger streamer or YouTuber like Tim Hansen. You know, you can do these Black Ops 3, you know, Codename Pizza, Infinite Warfare. A lot of people will still be following you there. If you're a smaller content creator like me and you, for example, it's going to be harder because they're going to be more focused on those bigger streamers or YouTubers.
I mean, you gotta keep grinding. You know, the thing is, don't lose faith. You know, think of the bigger things and think. You know, keep pushing yourself, and you know, not just that, but also continuously appreciate the people who got you to where you are. You know, past friends.
Absolutely,
you know, ones you may not be friends with, but you know, you can still thank them for, you know, all the stuff they done for you. Because there's a lot of people I would like, I would not be here without, you know, because even though me and my cousin VX Games had a massive fallout, you know, the stuff we created together, and, you know, it was great stuff we created, and I will always be thankful that we created so many great videos together. And I wish luck to, you know, whatever he's doing now, you know. Whatever he's doing, I wish the best of luck to him.
I'll be honest, I think a lot of me and my cousin as well, a lot of the time, without really knowing, I always used to have a feeling we were always talking behind each other's backs, saying, "Oh, you know, he's ungrateful for his subscribers," and I feel we were both doing the same thing. To be honest,
I mean, to be honest, I don't understand. The one thing I'll never understand with I don't understand why he would want to give up a channel that's got like 1 million views, 3K subscribers.
Well,
like, What happened?
I don't know. I wouldn't say he's given up as such. I would just say sort of it's sort of just changed. It's changed just like mine has. Black Ops 3 was the peak of YouTube, and it was the peak of our channel, or pretty much all three of our channels, if you look at it.
Indeed.
And it was so good. And the time I raided you did incredible. That was literally the day I raided.
That was that moment I will never forget, and I'll always appreciate you doing that for me. It was it was a great thing.
I wanted to sort of have the same. I think what I was looking for, and I don't know if that was a good idea, was sort of going for a. Obviously, I wasn't as big as COD19, but I was sort of going for his vibe,
So you wanted to use his momentum to kind of give back a little.
I sort of copied what he did in a sort of friendly manner.
I'd say inspiration. That's what I'd say.
All I did. I mean, a lot of people were so interested in jingles, so I did a lot of perk jingles. I did raids in the end, and that's sort of where I went after that. And then, yeah. So after Cold War released, it was a big thing for like a week or a month at most, and then all of a sudden, no one had any ideas, and I don't know. What's his name? I don't know what a lot of the others, like Noah J45 is doing at the moment, for example. I don't know what he's doing. I don't really see a lot of his stuff. What's his name? The Smith Plays has quit YouTube, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's a sad day for the community, that's for sure.
He's done with YouTube, and I sort of was almost at that peak a few months ago. I almost was considering stopping because there was just nothing I could do anymore, But then I saw Warzone come along, and I thought there's still some hope. There's still a opportunity. So I'm currently doing a bit of Modern Warfare, and I was also considering, going back to the old Black Ops 4 back in summer, back in August. When I used to do Black Ops 4, but just before lockdown was over, before I went back to school, I was doing a lot of that, and I also threw that away because that wasn't doing too bad. And I thought, until the end of summer, it just all went downhill. I don't know what it was. I mean, not so many consistent viewers, not so much.
Well, I just keep the faith, I keep doing what I'm doing, I don't like the less consistent viewers kind of just baffle me. Like, I just kind of imagine that I'm playing to like, I just imagine, here's the best thing I think you should do, not kind of just get a bit cocky inside of your head, but don't act cocky. Like, basically, just pretend you're live streaming to like 1 million people, and there's all people hyping you up in the chat. That's how I try and imagine it. That's the strong.
Oh yeah. I try that as well. Yeah, I mean, I feel when I do a lot of that stuff, I sometimes feel it attracts a lot of people. I mean, yesterday's stream I did on Modern Warfare. On Warzone, I attracted about like, I don't know how many views it's got now. Obviously, I can check just here.
Well, that probably ties into the next question, but like, who from the start influenced you to start a channel of your own? Like, who inspired you?
Oh yeah. Oh, I've been asked this already. So, actually, Fortnite streaming AK30. Watching a lot of Fortnite because Fortnite I thought was still doing good, and then that's why in the beginning of my channel was a lot of Fortnite things, was because it was doing good, and I remember I watched him so much, and I was like, what if I could become a Fortnite pro like him? And I started the channel. Obviously he's on Twitch, he was on YouTube, and when he was on YouTube I thought, well, he's doing good, for a game.
So what's the name of the content creator?
Sorry?
What's the name of the content creator?
Nico30.
Oh yes, I've heard of him.
Yeah,
so when did you first discover pizza and all the big zombie streamers like?
Yeah. So this goes back to 2 questions ago. So yeah, I discovered him around the beginning. I wouldn't say the beginning of when I started playing Black Ops 3 zombies. Obviously, this was all before I could even make a thumbnail.
I mean, you're not bad at it.
uh,
You're doing well with thumbnails.
oh yeah, I'm trying my hardest to come out with new things. Yeah, it was a year ago already. I streamed Call of Duty, and I was playing multiplayer, got 10 views, and it doing alright for itself. And I thought, well, multiplayer does alright, but let's see how zombies does. Zombies was a big thing in 2015, so I thought, well, let's go for it. Obviously,
And then
last
boom,
year it was
you
a
blew
game,
up.
so I just thought, well, let's go. So it goes 10, 5, 24, 46, 82, 97, and all of a sudden, at one point I was doing it, and wow, I was blown away because the instant, all of a sudden, like 171 views out of nowhere, and I was doing around 10-hour streams, like literally nearly 10 hours streams a day.
Well, it proves you got something special then.
Oh, I was so into it. I was so into YouTube. I was so into streaming. I thought, and
All
that's
right.
when my cousin came along.
Well, in terms of
charity stream.
YouTube, I think we should now push the question of if you could say if like it didn't have to determine with popularity, but like if you could collab with like 3 YouTubers, like who would they be?
See, this would be in my dreams, but I would definitely go for Tim Hansen for sure. He's one of them. Probably Pizza as well.
He'd be one of mine, definitely.
To be honest, another one would be what's his name? It's one Modern Warfare. He does Modern Warfare. I can't remember his name now, unfortunately. Yeah, I would. That's the first 2 I would definitely collab
Well,
with.
my top 3 would be Tom Syndicate, like basically.
Oh right, yeah.
Basically, he's considered the godfather to like the zombies community. He pretty much created a community out of zombies, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it'd be Tom Syndicate, codename Pizza, and it would be Milo as well, like Mr. Ruffle Waffles.
Hello, Mr. Ruffle. Not too bad. Yeah, no. And again, we all have different opinions, but I mean, you're very lucky to have even meet Mr. Tom Syndicate. Like, he is so big. So I mean, for someone like you to go see him is just mind blowing. I don't think anyone could. At that time, I don't think anyone could even. After that, anyone could even get close to him. So
it was to be honest, I was literally inside. I was just I was an emotional, happy fanboy because he was my main influence. Like Syndicate was my main influence for all of those years. Like he was the main one who kind of pushed me to go forward, and he continues to make me want to push forward. Like he still inspires me to this day. But right, here's a big these are going to be these are big fire questions, but it's basically a set of would you rather. So would you rather sign a money contract with YouTube, like to stream on only YouTube for 5 years, or the opposite, Twitch, but only stream on Twitch for 5 years?
I would say
I take
would
Twitch.
Have to be a twist. For me, there would have to be a twist, depending on how many followers I got, but if I enjoyed it, or also how many followers I didn't enjoy it.
I take Twitch because of the bad algorithm in YouTube.
Considering it is just a contract, I would probably. I mean, I have done so good on YouTube. Not necessarily having to be so consistent with Twitch is a different meaning. You can stream whenever you want, and so many people would come in. Whereas YouTube, it has to be a fairly consistent grind. Obviously, that's not what I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing every weekend sort of things, which isn't very consistent. And
you'll get back your consistency.
I'm views, but also Twitch is a whole restart, and it took me around if it wasn't for the pizza raid, it would have taken me around only 3 years to just get to 300 subs. So,
well, you've
300
definitely smashed it, that's for sure. All right, here's the next
Yeah,
question. Would you rather join the Sidemen or the Dream SMP? Like, what would you rather be part of?
I don't know if I want to really be part of KSI, so probably second one, to be honest.
The Dream SMP with Tommy in it and Quackity and all that. I'd love to join the Dream SMP. I'd love to.
Yeah, Sidemen I'm not a fan of. No.
So for you, it would be the Dream SMP.
Main reason is yeah.
Right. So would you rather sign a £1 million contract to frequently stream Apex Legends or Call of Duty Warzone?
Warzone. Yeah, Warzone all the way. I would enjoy it so much more. Apex, I don't think I've ever played Apex in my life, to be honest.
To be honest, it's not bad. A lot of people do like to watch Apex, but I'd sign with Respawn Entertainment. So Apex all the way for me. Warzone's lost its charm for me.
To be honest, yeah, and again, it also is different tastes of style. And because Warzone and Apex are both such big things in YouTube platform, that's the thing. You're getting just as equal things, I would say. So, but
they both got strong popularity.
Apex. I only played Apex around a week after it came out, and then after I just completely. So it's a completely new game to me. So I would be terrible at it.
All right, that probably.
But Warzone, because it's a legit game. Yeah, it just snapped, and I just got the hang of it. So yeah.
Right. So the next question ties in with that statement. Fortnite or Apex? Like, which one do you prefer?
Man, a veteran at a game or a newbie? And enjoyability as well. So yeah, Apex probably. I mean, I'll be new to it, but the enjoyment will probably be twice.
I think Fortnite is 100% just lost its charm. It's completely gone out of originality.
Yeah. Not what it was. Yeah.
All right, Rocket League or FIFA? I'd have to say Rocket League because FIFA has.
I have to say Rocket League.
Yeah, because FIFA has died. Like the franchise has just gone dreadful now.
I mean,
it's not even
get
fun.
The odd 5 to 10 viewers just doing a 5-hour stream on the game, but I couldn't even last that. I mean, I would get so bored of doing the same thing. And you have the career modes, but I have a similar game that I do. It's Formula 1. Obviously, I don't know if you've seen me play that or heard of it even. But,
I have heard of it. Yes. All right, we should probably get into the next question before it gets before we. But yeah, this is another spicy question.
Ooh,
I think I already know your answer to this, but hey, I never know.
Okay,
Codename Pizza or Mr. Waffle Waffles, aka Milo. Which do you prefer?
Give it a guess. So I'll let you.
I think you prefer pizza.
Yeah. So yeah, pizza. I don't mind Milo, but
I mean Milo is a great content creator, but as in pizza, like pizza just does more for the community. If I'm honest, I mean Milo does. I mean Milo does these bits of tutorials and Easter egg hunts, but Codename Pizza does more, as in he gives other content creators to kind of fully get their massive explode.
I'll point this one out though. I will point this one out. Doing his tutorials helped. Dies and Drag. I never used to know Void Bow or the Firebow.
Me and the Digital Gamma Squad, we like me, Dukin, and VX Games. Like in our early days, we'd always watch Mr. Waffle Waffles because we would struggle with Easter eggs, mainly on Shadows of Evil. We'd always struggle on there.
Absolutely, but yeah, I don't enjoy him. I don't watch him he's alright, but yeah,
he's not really as rewatchable as Pizza. Like Pizza, I endlessly find Pizza fun. Yeah. But I'm not dissing Milo though. I'm not throwing shots at Milo.
Oh,
yeah, no. Milo's just mainly for me. It's just the YouTuber to follow an Easter egg tutorial, and then it's like, okay, there you go, you've completed it. Now what? Although there's also another YouTuber a lot of people don't talk about as well, but have you heard of the YouTuber Black Ops Amazing?
Yes, I have, and he does the storylines and things like that. Yes.
Oh,
I have,
he's honestly a great YouTuber. Like, he does a
Oh yeah.
lot. He does a lot for the community. He has loads. Like, he
I
does
do watch him.
tons.
Yeah.
He
do watch him quite a
really,
bit.
I like his conspiracy theories to do with the series. Obviously, if I talked about what all the reasons I love him, jeez, we'd be in 2022 by now.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
right, this is not related to YouTube, but do you have any favorite bands? Are you into any bands?
Ooh,
Like, name a top 3.
Genre.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Go on, what are your favorite
So
bands?
I think my 3 favorite one would be Metallica. One Metallica.
Great choice.
They are just incredible. Their songs are just really good.
All right, what about the
second one would
next?
Sevenfold, because Avenged Sevenfold has done a little bit of
An
Call of
even
Duty
greater choice.
songs actually. A lot of Call of Duty songs. So Not Ready to Die, Carry On,
Shepherd of
the
Fire. Hey.
So yeah, a lot of Call of Duty songs, and that's why I like them, and they're just very good.
All right, what about the third choice?
Third one. This is tricky because, again, it's one of those that I just like loads, but probably have to say Pantera, to be honest.
Another great solid choice. For me, it would have to. A lot of people haven't heard of these ones, but my top 3 favorite metal bands would have to be Black Veil Brides, Asking Alexandria, and Linkin Park.
I thought I was actually thinking one of yours would have been a Bullet for My Valentine, but yeah.
Yeah, they're yeah, I do love them. Although there was a couple of songs of theirs that were like, yeah, just not really.
No,
they didn't keep original, but although non-metal bands, I'd have to say my 3 non-metal bands would have to be
I could guess
Oasis, the Stone Roses, and Queen.
Oh, Queen, right? Oh, I thought genuinely. I saw you liked one band. Was it My Chemical Romance or something like that?
Yeah, I do love My Chemical Romance as well. Right, do you have any specific solo artists, like, favourites? Any solo artists?
Just by themselves. By themselves, no, not really. I don't really.
For me, it would have to be Liam Gallagher, some of Noel Gallagher's earlier stuff, and Ian Brown, the frontman of the Stone Roses.
I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know a lot of.
Although I would recommend personally listening to the Stone Roses and Oasis if you haven't already, because they have some proper tunes.
Oasis, I've listened to loads of their things. Yeah, they're all right, but they're not the sort of thing for me, I would say.
I mean, everyone has their specific tastes in music. Yeah. Certain people are like, that's good. Certain people are like, that's not really for me.
I mean, coming from the whole metal genre as well, I mean, this also goes to rock, I would say. Rock is a more cleaner version, and I don't mind a cleaner version, but a lot of their stuff is it's not it's groovy, but it's sometimes doesn't stay the same. It doesn't have the same sort of
last question to do with music. Are you personally a fan of Queen?
Oh, love Queen. I love their music. Yeah,
I don't really think there's a single person in this world who can't love Queen.
Again, it depends. But
I mean, anyone who kind of, if anyone hates Queen, like, bruh, they are the spawn of the devil. Like, nah, get out of here.
No, yeah, I do like myself a bit of Queen. I would say my favorite
Queen
song is it's what's it called now?
My favorite Show Must Go On. Like, it was one of the last songs he done.
I want to break free.
Yeah, that one where they dress up in drag. That was quite a great one. Not even
just them dressing up, just
his
whole
vocals
thing is just on point.
I love his vocals. Yeah. Like, Freddie's vocals are literally the most. Like, literally, you can tell when it's a Queen song. You literally just, you know his vocals. Like, his vocals are absolutely amazing, and I don't think there's ever going to be anything close to it.
I mean, We Are the Champions is probably the most played you would ever hear from
If not that, we will rock you. Like that's probably the second.
As well. That's probably. But I do like myself a bit of Queen from time to time. It's not a constant listen, but I don't mind whenever it comes on.
Freddie Mercury was very stunning, like with his voice. Like he had the like.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, there'll never be anyone who comes close. Like the vocal range was insane on him. But anyway, we probably don't want to. We probably don't want to entirely just make it a music fest, right? One last question to sign off on. This is the last question of the podcast. A little bit of a bizarre one, but what was your first impression when you first kind of seen me, or like met me, like via stream?
Oh, so when I raided you.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I was busy. Yeah, so I was busy looking, and you were just one of the smaller ones. You didn't have a lot of viewers. You only had like 5 at the time. At that
Indeed.
time. So I was watching through your stream a bit during my stream before the end, and I sort of, you were playing your Ascension when I did in the beginning, and you seemed to be really happy when you were playing Ascension when I raided you actually, and. Or after, even.
It was honestly, it was a great music. It was a great moment. It was.
I just sort of saw. I was watching and I saw. You looked happy when you were doing it. You seemed to enjoy what you were doing at the time. So I thought, well, let's just lighten up his mood and give you the raid. And then when you gave me the reaction you gave me. I really enjoyed it. Actually, it was a very good reaction.
It was very unexpected because I was just casually there streaming, and after that raid happened, the momentum wouldn't even stop there. Like I was getting, I just fully was at the peak, and that made my comeback even stronger because originally I went under a previous different name, Andy Blade, which was. I was arrogant when I had that name. I was very arrogant. I was very full of myself, and I was always trying to push the people who were trying to help me and everything. I was always trying to one up everyone and try and make everyone competition instead of trying to help other people to grow. Which eventually I changed my ways and I rebranded myself, and hey, here we are. Is there anything else you need to, I don't know, sign off on before we do the outro to this?
I was just gonna say your reaction was so enjoyable. So I sort of saw you as a decent person, and and that's how we sort of got along. I like when people are more grateful about their things, and but yeah, your reaction was pretty. Well,
cool it's been a great time collabing with you, with all the collabs we've done. It's definitely fun.
Not so often, yeah.
Even if it's not consistent viewers, it's still very fun. Like I love collabing with you, and I'm sure if Cold War Zombies does eventually make up for Firebase C, then I can definitely say for 100% certainty that you guys will see me and Tapol19 on stream together again. But obviously, thank you for joining me, and for some apocalyptic discussions. I want you guys to go subscribe to Tapol19's channel. It'll be right in the description. If you guys don't already, then I live stream on Twitch. Now I officially don't live stream on YouTube anymore. I do live stream on Twitch now. So if you guys want to go check out the live stream content that is on there, make sure to go for that and go support Tapol19 on his streaming, because he streams a lot more consistently than me, but obviously that will change over time. But thank you for everyone. Well, thank you for joining me, everyone, for Apocalyptic Discussions. But until the next episode, I will see you guys very soon with a new spicy episode.